So I spent 75 days in the open road challenge, a world without quests, without POIs, without buildings of any kind, and this is how it went. In the last episode, we survived 25 days in the desert, finally gaining ground in this empty world and making a name for myself. Now we are entering the snow, and I thought I was prepared for what was in store for me. I couldn't have been more wrong. Over these next 25 days, we will build a base that has never been seen before, grow stronger than we have ever been, and get our hands on the best of what 7 days has to offer. But everything comes with a cost, and in this episode, I will be paying the highest cost of all. Thank you all for the support in the series. It means a lot, and if you like this one, please subscribe. Thank you for joining me on my adventure, and now, let's get into it. It was late on day 51 when I finally arrived at the edge of the snow. I was excited and very nervous, but the snow-capped mountains looked nice and welcoming, so without any hesitation, I drove straight into a new adventure. For the first time, we are actually entering the snow biome. There it is. Oh geez, this is going to be terrifying. First order of business was to find a good base location. I had built this base once before in a test world, so I knew what to expect, but the design required a very specific kind of spot, and I fully expected to be searching for several days before finding the right area. I think these mountains over here might be too steep. God, I hope I find the kind of mountain I'm looking for. Okay, let me go to the other half of the of this mountain range, because I went to the right, and I'm gonna go to the left and see what's over here. See, it would be so cool to build a base at like the top of the tallest mountain, just to be like really dramatic, but every base that I built would not work on the top of the tallest mountain. Oh, this actually looks pretty good. I like how this area is like surrounded by mountains, but at the same time it has like a nice clear path going up to it, and then right there looks actually pretty good. Hold on, let me see if I can mark it. Yeah, that area feels pretty good. Okay, let me go grab my motorcycle. Okay, I'm also gonna have to be careful because the zombies are about to start running. It's about to be nighttime. Let me see, there is a shallow bit right there, but I'm looking for like more shallow, because I'm probably gonna spend the first like day or two just looking for a base location, because the location for this is just so critical that if I mess it up, I am just screwed. Okay, this area up here is like really nice when it comes to the location. Let me check. That has to be steep enough, especially if I were to go from like here out. Ooh, and that view looks really nice. I think this might be it. I found it. A mountain with one gradual side that could be driven up and one steep side that would be used for, well, you'll see. Since I found the site for my new base so quickly, I wasted no time setting up a temporary camp and got straight to work. Now, I had mentioned in a previous episode that I would be doing a melee base this time around, but I didn't want to do just any old melee base. So while designing this one, I had a little fun with the design. It was going to look incredible once it was done, but the first part to be built was the most important part of the entire project. The invisible foundations. Whew. So what we need to do to start off with is we need to build out a square that connects straight to the bottom. The way this square is constructed is very important, because there can't be anywhere that any of these blocks don't connect straight to the ground. This base is going to be very unique in the fact that it is going to be attached to the side of the mountain, but it's going to be attached in such a way that it actually looks kind of interesting. What we need in order to make this work is a special block called the Catwalk V2 Rail Only Double End. And the thing that is special about this block is this. So if we go to advanced rotation and we rotate it to where it is facing the ground like this, when you place it down, like you see how the bottom railing vanished? You can do that going all the way up. You see how it vanished? It's invisible, but this is still stable. And the beauty of it is we can do this as high as we need it to go. Now, normally I would be against doing this kind of thing, at least in this kind of run, because at the end of the day, it is a glitch. It's not actually meant to be in the game, but in this instance, I'm not using this for any other reason other than aesthetic. Like, this is just meant to look good. That's it. You could do this base using just a giant pillar of concrete blocks, but I'm doing it like this because it just looks better. Soon after the morning of day 52 arrived, I finished the invisible foundation. The floating platform looked a bit strange, but the game believed it was still connected to the ground, so it was completely stable and would make a great starting point for my new home. I then started the construction on the base main structure. Right there, that's what I need. Yes, that is exactly what I want, like exactly what I want. I built up the 4 walls so that the outside design would show up properly, and while doing that, I started on the roof. This interior space would eventually be turned into 2 different rooms, a garage and a crafting room, but since I didn't have much space to work with, everything had to be perfect, which it was until I noticed an issue with the roof. I should have double checked the base design before I built out the rest of the roof, because I built part of the roof wrong. Part of the roof is 1 block too short. It's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that it's just more wasted time. Like, I do not have a lot of time to build out the rest of this base, and I haven't even started on the fighting position yet, and I still don't know if this is actually going to work. After fixing the roof, night fell. I kept working on the base, building out as much of the 3rd level as I could with what I had, and then I moved on to the zombie path. The path itself was simple, a staircase connected to a thin bridge that led to my fighting position, but this is where the beauty of my base location really starts to shine. See, because my base was over the edge of a mountain, any zombies that bunched up at my fighting position would fall off the thin bridge well over 20 blocks down, ragdoll, and would have to come all the way back up the mountain to get me, making it next to impossible for me to get overwhelmed. I didn't know exactly how the zombies would react to me dropping them off a cliff, but so long as they left my main foundation alone, I really didn't care what they did. I finished the zombie path soon after morning rose on day 53, and since the majority of my base was finally built, I started moving my stuff inside from the temporary camp I'd set up. I didn't organize anything just yet because I still had a few things needed to do first. The bridge that led to my entrance was still made of construction blocks, and I wanted to fix that. Now we need to go through, remove all of these blocks here, and then we'll start replacing all of it with concrete. While working on the bridge, an airdrop fell. As I was pretty busy, I decided to leave it for later. Was a lot of concrete that I'm using, like a lot of concrete. The bridge is complete. And when the drawbridge is closed, there's no access into the base. Nice. Now that the bridge was done, there was one other issue I had to tackle. See, the plan was for the roof to be made of bulletproof glass, but as of right now, I didn't have most of the resources required for it. So I went on a quick mining trip to get the iron and lead that I needed. I could have just gone for normal glass, but I didn't want to repair it every time a stray vulture broke something. For the rest of the day, I smelted the resources necessary for the glass, and that night I crafted them up. While waiting on them to finish crafting, I took the time to upgrade part of my zombie bridge to steel. Hopefully this next horde would go perfectly well with all the expensive upgrades I was doing. It would sure be a shame if all of this was for nothing. Day 54 arrived and I finally finished with the glass roof. It looked super nice and strong, so I shouldn't have to worry about any vultures causing any problems in the future. I then moved on to my next project, making the base look more natural. As of right now, it was floating in midair, which wasn't something you'd normally see while going on a trip to the mountains. So I started by building some connecting pillars to make the bridge look like it had some additional support. Right when I finished, my first wandering horde showed up. I quickly rushed back inside to test out my new base, and it went really well. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Perfect. Oh, nice. Okay. Now what I want to do, yep, one of you fell. Okay, so these guys fell. And they ragdolled going all the way down, and now they're making their way up this side, which is pretty steep, but it's not so steep that they can't make it. Yep, they're still coming. They're still working their way up, and they made it to the top. Nice. See, that's what I wanted, is for this to be steep enough that they ragdoll whenever they fall, but not so steep that they couldn't get their way back up. Okay, nice. Feeling good about what I built, I got on my bike and went on a little quest to get the airdrop I had left from earlier. Since I was now in the snow biome, my game stage increased, and as a result, my loot stage also increased. Because of this, I had high hopes that I'd get a really good bundle from the airdrop, or maybe some steel, but just like many other times, I was disappointed. What do we got? Yes, no, and I might as well open this and use these. It always seems like a gamble with these airdrops. Either they are awesome or they're junk. There's not really an in-between. I didn't let that get me down though, since I have more work to do on the base and I couldn't waste any time. Since I had finished the bridge supports, I decided to now build the main base supports. They wouldn't actually support anything, but they would make the base look more natural and would give it a cool vibe. It took a bit of finagling to get the supports to look good, but once I was done, the base was looking really nice.
All right, and now my base is officially done. Nice. So if you look at it, the supports here connect to the mountain, and then these supports connected to the bridge. When you go up, there's a staircase right here. That's where the zombies are gonna go. They're gonna go up this staircase, they're gonna go along that path, and they're gonna end up at my fighting position, which is on the, third floor, technically? But then this is how you get in. So you get over here. This is not a centered pole block, so the zombies can't path on this. So what you do then is you lower the drawbridge. Once you lower it, you come into the garage. The garage already has my motorcycle in there, but the cool thing about this base design is it's actually big enough to hold a 4x4 as well. So if I wanted to, I could make a 4x4 and park it in here. And then you close it up. Up top is going to be the next floor, which is going to be the crafting and storage room right here. Everything is still more or less in a work of progress, but we have 2 forges here. We have 1 workbench there, which we're eventually gonna have a second one. Same thing with the cement mixer. We're gonna have 2 of those. I have 1 right now, but I'm gonna have a second one here. And then just above it right here on these shelves is 2 campfires. We have 1 right there and 1 right there. When it comes to storage, we have these crates right here, which will eventually be upgraded to steel. We have 4 steel cabinets. And then right here we have an old lantern, lighting the place up, making it look nice. And then you go up into here. This is the fighting position, which yet looks like the top is open, but it's actually bulletproof glass. So the birds will come, they'll try to get to me through the bulletproof glass, and I'm eventually hoping to have a turret up top. I'm probably gonna start off with spikes just because I don't have the stuff for turrets. But then in here, it is a pretty empty room. I'll have like some decorations and such, and like a storage box for my Horde stuff and whatnot. And then this is the fighting position. I have 2 concrete blocks right here, my favorite block for this kind of thing, the pole, double top, and then I have 1 steel hatch. I'm thinking about maybe adding a second one, but I mean, if they manage to get through a steel hatch, I'm not doing my job right. And then out here, I have my little balcony, where over on this side, you can see the fighting position, you know, in case you want to watch the zombies come up or whatever. Then from here, you can see my bridge, and then over here, we remove the heads-up display. I have a beautiful view of the snow biome. There's still a lot more I need to do to the base, but right now, the structure is done.
That night, I organized all my loot into the various crates and cabinets I had, and then I spent some time decorating. I would eventually paint my base, but for now, I'd settled for putting a few plants down to liven up the place. When day 55 came, I found a place to put my farm down. There were crops that I needed, and I didn't want to be scrambling at the last minute. So I picked a nearby mountaintop, flattened it out, then put down my farm blocks in an attractive Zen garden kind of way. Afterwards, I didn't have a ton of time to do anything since the Horde would be here soon, so I just took the time to craft a second workbench and prepare my inventory for what would be my worst battle yet. I was nervous for the fight. I should have tested this base before now, but here I was, throwing caution to the wind and hoping my hastily built creation would hold up against the horde of zombies. I did everything I could think of to give myself a fighting chance, but the time for preparation was over. The Horde was here.
Okay, they're making their way up. Good, 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 good. Okay, come on. There's so many rads. That's a demo.
Since entering the snow, the difficulty was turned up to 11. Almost every zombie that attacked was irradiated, and demos were much more common than they were in the desert. They seemed to be very paced out, so I wasn't getting overwhelmed at all. I thought this was good news, until I decided to take a look at the bridge and found that the reason they were being paced out was because they were getting stuck at the base of the stairs, attacking the first few steps and causing damage to the only way they could get up to it.
Okay, that is worrying. I'm gonna have to reinforce the bottom of the stairs. I'm just gonna have to hope it doesn't break it all the way. Oh shit.
This was very worrying, but I had to maintain my position and just hope that my zombie path held up until morning. Soon after, I saw they had broken a stair block and were forced to jump up on the bridge. The path was still upright though, so I kept fighting, taking out zombies left and right with my spear, praying that I wouldn't have to run. And then, I made the worst mistake of the entire challenge.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. Not again. Not again. Not again. No.
I don't know what I was thinking, throwing a grenade at not one, but 2 demos. But the damage was done. I couldn't stay in my base now. The zombies would tear it apart. I hadn't seen any vultures during the fight, so I thought vehicles might be safe. So as fast as I could, I jumped on my motorcycle and drove off in a random direction, trying to distance myself from my mistakes.
I should not have done that. Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about taking out the zombies. We're gonna go for a nice stroll and just let the zombies do their thing.
Within a few seconds, I was immediately proved wrong when a half dozen vultures appeared and went into a frenzy, diving at me over and over. I had no choice. I abandoned my vehicle and ran for my life.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, no! Oh my God, I'm screwed! Hold on, hold on. Run, please, run. Yes, I know my leg is sprained and I'm in pain and I'm dying, but I had to take off my armor so I'd run faster. Oh, this is so rough. Why are they so fast? And why am I so slow? Come on, give me the stamina back. Go. Drink another beer. Just chug beer. Chug it like an alcoholic. Oh no, go. Go. It's like anytime I have to stop to reload, it's just like instant fear. Keep it going. How are you guys so fast? Back up. I don't care if you explode. Go away. How are you on top of me? These tank barrels are so fast now. No. Wait, no, those are the birds spitting at me. I thought those were cops. When did birds spit?
It was almost daybreak. If I could survive for just a couple more hours, I would win. But then, the luck that had kept me alive this entire challenge finally ran out.
Time to run! Run, motherfucker, run! I'm about to die. No.
I died. Over 50 hours of near deaths and close calls, and what did me in was a single misplaced grenade. I was so irritated with myself, and it took me a few minutes to fully accept what had happened. Staying alive for the entire 100 days wasn't part of the challenge, but I thought it would have been an awesome achievement, but now it was completely out of reach. I gathered my stuff and then made my way back home. I made it back to base soon after the sun rose on day 56. I was dejected, but I knew that some loot would cheer me up. So I put up my stuff and got to work. I found some good stuff, but one thing gave me an idea.
Athletic shoes increases. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe during the Horde, instead of having extra stamina, I should just set up some like really high tier running shoes.
If I was just a bit faster, I would have survived. So I decided that a full set of armor catered to just the Horde would be on the menu soon. Once the loot was gathered and put away inside, I thought for a bit on why my fighting position collapsed. Obviously it was because of the 2 demos, but during the Horde, I noticed several things that needed to be improved. So I took down the rest of my original fighting position and started upgrading. I extended it a few blocks away from the base and spent the rest of the night trying to balance functionality with design. Eventually, I ended up with this. Early on day 57, I started working on rebuilding the stairs. I had an idea to hopefully help with the demos, but to pull it off, I needed a couple of blocks of space between my fighting position and the bridge. So I shifted the bridge a bit more to the right and spent the majority of the day building it out.
We are going to be building the support out of concrete. I don't really see the point in building it out of anything else, at least not yet. Something like this, yeah. There.
Once the path was built, I placed down 2 powered hatches and the new and improved bridge was complete.
And there we go. And this is pathable. So now what's going to be happening is the zombies are going to be coming up and this is going to be my fighting position. So when the demos come up here, if I feel like I can take one on, then yeah, I'll take it on. But if not, I will just flick a switch, drop them down. And since I extended it a little bit, they will fall more than far enough to ragdoll and hopefully end up on the right side.
After that mess of a Horde night and the rebuild, I wanted to relax a bit, so I spent my time harvesting my now grown garden and mining some iron for steel. Simple tasks that didn't require me to think while doing them. That night, while waiting on the steel to smelt, I got the urge to decorate my garage. Right now, the garage was just a concrete box that felt bland and gross, so I crafted a few things to make it look better. When day 58 hit, I was getting a bit of cabin fever. I had been in the snow for over a week and hadn't really explored the biome at all, so I grabbed what I thought I would need and set off on my first expedition of this new biome. While on my way out, I noticed that at some point an airdrop fell and I had forgotten about it. Airdrops in general rarely have the good stuff, but I decided to grab it since I was heading out anyway, and after opening it, I was so glad that I did.
What do we got? A tier 5 ranger outfit with max health bonus. 100 forged steel. Oh, yes, now that I am definitely okay with.
The rest of my adventure was a lot of looting cars and killing zombies, which was relaxing. I kept exploring, looting whatever I could find for the rest of the day and throughout the night. When morning arrived on day 59, I was still exploring until I came across another forgotten airdrop. I really need to keep better track of these things. The crate was mediocre, but loot was loot, and at this point I had a lot of it. So I went back home to divide up all the resources I'd gotten my hands on. Once everything was put away, and since there weren't any pressing matters on my plate, I decided it was finally time to get myself a 4x4 truck. I wasn't going to use it often, but it would give me a ton of extra storage for when I moved on to the wasteland. So I started gathering the materials to make myself a truck. The process took a while because I needed, among other things, headlights, a ton of duct tape, and almost 400 forged steel. So I was gathering resources throughout the night until daybreak. Day 60 was here, so I had to step it up a notch. I still wanted to craft some better armor for the Horde since my last fiasco, so while the truck parts are crafting, I looked through all the different outfits I can make and settled on some tier 6 enforcer armor that would greatly increase my resistance to critical damage. And now that the truck parts were done crafting, I finally made myself a 4x4 truck.
Boom. Check it out.
I stored the 4x4 for future use, and at this point, it was time to prepare for the next Horde. I would be lying if I said I wasn't terrified. I had already died once, and the possibility of it happening again was pretty high. I hoped the upgrades I had made to my defenses and my zombie path would hold up, but only time would tell. Everything was as ready as it could have been. The bells tolled, signaling the start of battle, and all hell broke loose. The first few seconds were tense, because while I watched the zombies approach, none of them were using the path I'd created, making me think that the zombie dropper I had made wasn't pathable for them.
Wait. Oh no. Oh no, they don't see this as a path. They should see this as a path though.
This was disastrous news, and while I was trying to think of a solution, the zombies' pathfinding updated and they started making their way up to it.
Okay, you know what? It seems like they're starting to come up here now.
With a feeling of relief, I started attacking the zombies with gusto.
It's just nothing but rads. Jesus Christ.
Pretty much every zombie was irradiated, but I was able to hold them back. And just when things got a little too hairy, I used my zombie dropper for the first time, which worked perfectly.
I don't know. There's a spider somewhere that they shouldn't be. Hold on.
The combination of a fully upgraded steel spear and the dropper meant that most zombies died instantly when they got to the top. And when they didn't, they went on a skydiving vacation without a parachute. And other than a spider who managed to jump on my balcony, everything was going well.
Still going okay. Not great, but okay. Okay, hold on. There we go. Make sure everything is repaired. Yep. Okay, good. That's looking good. Let's keep it going. Come on. Oh, God. That's a demo. Nope. Ain't fucking with no demos. Nope. Fuck you. I'm much rather just not deal with no demos. I'm good. Okay, I can't hit any of you guys. Come on. Okay, I got that guy in the face one good time. Come on. Okay, nope. I ain't dealing with two. I made that mistake before. Goodbye.
The fight felt tense, but besides getting hit a few times from getting just a bit too close, the entire battle went without a hitch, and when the sun rose on day 61, I was still alive.
Is that all of them? Yes! Okay. Hell yeah. And so far, I only see one block that they knocked out, and honestly, I was half expecting it.
Once the Horde was thoroughly taken care of, I went outside to look at the damage done to my base.
Oh no. This is worrying. It looks like they did some damage to this. And I can't upgrade them either. Oh, they really attacked this area.
The damage to my main foundation was worrying, but it looked to be the only part that wasn't at full durability, so I counted that as a success. I started looting, heading down the mountain as I picked up bags, only to realize that my base took a bit more damage than I originally thought.
I didn't even notice, but one of my decorative support columns was broken out. That is not good.
After dropping off my loot, I grabbed whatever concrete I had left and rebuilt the decorative support column underneath my base. But this time I placed bars to block the zombies' pathfinding and upgraded the bottom few blocks to steel. They weren't going to break them a second time under my watch, no siree. Once done, I now had some extra forged steel laying around that I wanted to put to good use, which for me meant better armor. I used up what steel I had to make some tier 6 enforcer gloves to lower gas usage. Since I was now using gas for several vehicles and my generator, I wanted to invest now in keeping what gas I had going as long as possible. I also realized that ever since I had gotten my nerd outfit, I hadn't ever taken it off or exchanged it with something else. An extra crafting point when using magazines was just too useful, but now that pretty much everything I wanted to craft was unlocked, I really didn't need it anymore. The issue was I was out of iron and clay for steel, so I spent the night gathering several stacks of the resources that I needed. I finished mining near morning of day 62, and once the smelting was done, I looked through the outfits I could make and decided on a tier 6 scavenger outfit. The scavenger outfit decreased my encumbrance by 10 inventory spaces, and I had unlocked the double pocket mods. So the scavenger outfit and some double pocket mods, I was able to fully unlock my entire inventory, which would be a huge help on those long looting missions. I had also unlocked the drone from the loot I had gotten last Horde night, so I quickly crafted her up, and I can now introduce you to Susie Lucy. While crafting the drone, I also gave her the robotic drone medic mod, which meant she would heal me automatically if I got too hurt. This would be a huge help later on. It was starting to get late in the day, so I took advantage of what daylight remained to fix up the side of my mountain. I didn't really care that the zombies were causing damage to the mountainside, but I wanted to alter the terrain just a bit to hopefully make the zombies take the preferred path up to my base instead of causing damage where they shouldn't. That night, I decided to scrap my pump shotgun for the shotgun parts. It was a tough choice, but I didn't want ugly spikes on my roof to deal with the vultures, and I didn't use my shotgun as much as I used to. So I used the parts to make a shotgun turret to hopefully take care of those pesky birds. When day 63 arrived, I felt the itch to go exploring again. I hadn't even scratched the surface of what loot was out there, and with my fully expanded inventory, I could bring it all home. So I grabbed what I needed and set out on a journey, expecting to be back around tomorrow morning. But I was so wrong. The journey started out as normal, with me looting cars, looting zombies, and trying to uncover new parts of the map. This went on for a while, until I made the realization that I was much closer to unlocking the gyrocopter than I realized, just a few crafting magazines away. At this point, I should have went back to base and grabbed my nerd outfit for the extra crafting points, but I thought to myself, there are so many cars out here and I'm only a couple of magazines short. I should be fine without it. I was very wrong. See, I looted every car and even went back to other cars I had already searched to see if their loot had respawned, but to no avail. This search went into the night and then into the morning of day 64. My fun exploration mission had turned into an obsession with unlocking the gyrocopter, and I told myself that I would only go back to base if I unlocked the gyrocopter or the Horde arrived, nothing else. Soon after, I got another vehicle magazine from a loot bag, so I was only one single magazine off.
I am one off!
I had 2 whole days to look. I mean, I was bound to find one more vehicle magazine, right?
This is literally the most frustrating thing. I am 1 away from making the gyrocopter. One. Okay, there's another thing I could probably do. Let me go get the airdrop. It's a ways away, unfortunately, but it does always give a magazine bundle. So there is a decent chance it will give me the magazines I need. I literally need one magazine. Everything else I don't care about, but if you give me the one magazine, you will be the best loot drop ever. Please. Please. Hold on, I dropped something. God, that sucks. Okay, am I in new? Yes, okay, so this is new territory. I come across a trail here, then something I haven't searched yet. Okay, loot, please. Jesus. This is insane. This is actually insane. Right here. Okay, we're gonna follow this trail, see what I can find. And it's Horde night tonight, so if I don't find it tonight, I'm gonna have to head back empty-handed. Please give me what I need. Please.
I had searched every road, every trail, and somehow I couldn't find the last magazine I needed. I was miles away from home on a long, winding mountain trail, and it was starting to get late. Even though I wanted to keep searching, I had to call it quits and make a break for home before the Horde arrived. If I was still outside when they were, I would be screwed.
The fact that both of these paths lead farther away tells me that I just need to pick a direction and go back. I'll just have to hope that the loot bags from the Horde has the last magazine. Odds are it will, but I was really hoping to have something to do today before the Horde, but looks like I'm not gonna have anything to do today before the Horde.
I made it back to base just a few hours before nightfall, so I had just enough time to organize my inventory. My base had survived the last attack, and I was feeling confident that it would survive again. I had fixed the issue with the stairs, and my fighting position was much better suited to my fighting style. So when the bells rang, I sat there with spear in hand, ready to beat my third snow horde.
Okay, it's time to go regardless. Let's do this. Make sure everything is looking good. Yep. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Seems to be going okay. Granted, I'm only like 15 seconds in, so...
I was easily managing the horde, taking out the zombies left and right and sending the stronger enemies plummeting to the base of my mountain. I took some damage, but Susie Lucy made sure to keep my health topped up so I didn't have to worry at all. The battle was going so well, until it wasn't.
They're still coming up. That's the good thing, is that they're still coming up. Shit! Damn it, 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 damn it. Damn it. Okay, it's time to run again. Time to go. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. God, how did my bridge break again?
I was having flashbacks to my untimely death, and this was the exact scenario that led to that. I ran as fast as I could, chugging coffee and beer to keep my stamina up. But luckily, this time around, I was wearing my full set of horde armor I put together just for instances like this. My shoes made me faster, and my outfit made me more resilient. I was just fast enough to outpace the irradiated zombies and ferals, so this time, I actually managed to survive until daybreak.
And 4 o'clock. I need to turn around and take care of the zombies.
Once the remaining zombies were taken care of, I went back to base. After some investigation, I believed the reason my bridge broke again was because the support column under the stairs had fallen due to a stray zombie breaking the soil under it. It was so infuriating that one broken block ruined my entire path. But I guess you live and you learn? I didn't have the resources to repair just yet. So instead, I looted what bags there were, and while doing that, I finally found it.
Before I do anything else, wait for it.
Gyrocopter. I rushed upstairs to make the gyrocopter, only to hear a familiar sound outside.
And that's pretty much it. I don't understand how those are getting damaged. So confusing. That is a screamer. Okay, she's right here.
Out of all the time I'd spent in the snow biome, I was surprised that this was the first time I had encountered a screamer, though my base position probably meant that any screamers that did spawn would just wander aimlessly until they despawned. So another bonus to my base design. After that, I crafted up the gyrocopter pieces, and then the almighty gyrocopter. I had never actually flown one of these before, so after looking up some best practices, I took my first test flight.
What the whoa? What are you doing? Hold on. Up. No, 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 no. Oh, go, 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 go. Ah, I hit E on accident. Oh, this thing is not easy to steer. Oh, it is not easy to steer. I mean, this is awesome though, but it is not easy to steer. Okay, let's angle downwards a little ways. Let's go right. This is cool. This is super cool. All right, let's slow down just a little bit. I want to try to land up here. I'm definitely kitting this thing out with every single mod I can get. Ah! Sprained my leg. Okay. I'm probably gonna get a lot of sprained legs from this.
After having my fun with the gyrocopter, night fell, and I spent the night starting repairs on the zombie path. I also decided, when building the support column, to place it inside a deep hole and upgrade it to steel. I was tired of my bridge breaking, so I wasn't taking any more chances. Soon after the morning rose on day 67, I finished with repairing the zombie path. Hopefully it would actually last this time. I realized that now with 3 vehicles and a generator eating up the gas, I was low on fuel. So I went out, and for the rest of the day, I drove around to every vehicle I could find and took it apart for gas. This is also when I started using my gyrocopter in earnest. By flying from one group of cars to the next, I saved so much travel time. And it was then that I decided to use the gyro to scope out the wasteland for a good base location when the day came. Once the night arrived, I headed back to base. Since I didn't have anything important to do for the rest of the night, I started painting my garage. It looked good with the decorations that were already there, but a good paint job would bring the whole thing together.
So what I would kind of want is maybe something like this, with the middle being metal, where it's meant for like the vehicles to be on. Yeah, so like that would be the spot for the vehicles to get on, and then I kind of want to do like something like this. Yeah, to make it look like drains for if you're like changing your oil or something. Now there's this, which says concrete wall. Oh, interesting. I could probably use that for the outline on the ground. I don't mind that. I really don't. I like how this is looking so far. I really like how this is looking. It looks really cool. Next, what I need to do is something about the walls. Overall, I like the walls, but I kind of want them to look a bit more fancy. So like if I were to do something like this, make it look like it's made of stone. This is a lot of fun. I like this. I like this a lot. This looks cool. This looks really cool. Matter of fact, let me go into here, grab out my motorcycle.
I finished the garage early on day 68, and it looked magnificent. For most of the day, I did a few miscellaneous things around the base, like making some sham chowder, making a tier 6 drone to replace my tier 2, and reinforcing the sides of the stairs. After which I felt a bit lost for things to do, until I remembered that I now had a gyrocopter. And throughout all my exploration, through all the biomes I had been in, not once had I reached the world border. It was over a giant ocean that was impossible to cross. Until now. So for no other reason other than it sounded like a cool idea, I flew off to find the edge of the world.
Now we are off. This is 7 kilometers away, but because I'm going straight there, I should be able to get there really fast. Matter of fact, with the progress that I'm making, I might be able to get there before nightfall. So now, let's go see what's at the edge of the world. That is beautiful. Because it looks like the edge of the world is right here. Okay, yep. Now go up. Okay. Okay, I'm turning around. Oh, man. All right, so I reached the edge of the world. Huh. I didn't realize that's what happens when you reach the edge of the world. Your whole screen goes like white. Okay. Oh, that is wasteland. Need to be careful not to enter that. So let's turn back to this direction. Oh, come on. God dang it. All right, I need to go back. I need to get closer to land. Okay, let's angle downwards a little bit. All right, so where is home base? It's like right up here. Oh, wait, I see it. Angled down. Okay. And then gently land it like so. That was an awesome adventure right there. That was cool.
When morning hit on day 69, nice, I got on my gyro and flew off in a new direction to see if there were any more roads I hadn't come across yet. After searching for a few hours, I didn't find anything new, so I went back to base. Once back, I wanted to see if there was anything else I could do to improve my chances in the upcoming Horde. I couldn't think of anything, but out of all of my Horde armor, the nerd goggles were only tier 5, leaving some room for improvement. So I went mining for iron to make steel and then crafted myself up some tier 6 nerd goggles, which gave me a 20% increase in my XP gain, double what the last pair gave. I was still a couple perk points off from maxing out my spear abilities, and hopefully they'd make the process a bit smoother. Soon night arrived, and I wanted to spend the night using my leftover paint to make the rest of my base look nice. I started upstairs, and then got to painting.
Means like maybe a cool wooden floor or something similar. Not a tile floor. What does this look like on the ground? Okay. Now what I want to do about the walls. So if I'm doing like a rug kind of look on the walls, I wouldn't mind like a soft wallpaper or something similar. Let's see. Could even do like a wood crown oak. What does this look like? Oh, that is very aggressively brown. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. Drywall cream baseboard. That wouldn't look too bad. To do the drywall cream baseboard and then do drywall cream everywhere else. I would be okay with that, yeah.
I was painting for so long that the sun rose on day 70, but I was on a roll. So I crafted more paint and kept going. I finished with the upstairs room and then moved on to the balcony. And then I moved down to the crafting room, and once everything was done, I was super happy with how it all looked.
All right, so I just finished painting the inside of the house. As you can tell, the outside is still unpainted. I'll probably get around to that at some point. But whenever you open the door and you walk in, first you're greeted by the garage, which you've already seen. It has like a metal ground with some vents, has some concrete floor with some stone walls and a vent in the roof. Cool. As you make your way up into the crafting room, you're gonna notice the walls are all concrete as well. The roof has 2 vents in it. The floor is made of metal because I'm thinking like it's a crafting room. You know, you're gonna be generating a lot of heat, a lot of debris, like having a way of dropping all of it out is gonna be beneficial. And then the rest of the ceiling is adobe. And then for the fighting position, I went for something a bit different. I wanted to go for cozy, because thinking of this almost like a bedroom. So we have like a rug right here. We have some poster board on the wall with a bookshelf right here with all my books, like my Magnum Enforcer book. And then I did do the balcony as well. So if you take a look, the ground is granite. That's why it's kind of shiny. We have the stone pillars, the concrete edging, and then we also edged the top in shingles. So now the entire roof is shingled, and it looks pretty decent if I do say so myself.
I had a bunch of fun painting, but it was still early in the day and there wasn't anything else to actually do. So I just prepared my inventory early and waited around my base until nightfall. Now that I was just sitting inside doing nothing, the anxiety creeped in. So I checked and double checked everything I had done and could do to prepare. 2 out of the 3 hordes in this biome had resulted in me running, with one of those ending in my death. So needless to say, I was still a bit panicky. But regardless of how I felt, soon enough, the horde arrived, and I had no choice but to fight.
That's a dire wolf. Come on, keep it coming. Come on. As long as the zombies are coming, that means that the bridge is still standing. Jesus, the amount of cops. This is insane. Thank you for the heals. Why is this like Cop Central? Hold on. Yeah, we're gonna drop the zombies real quick and then make sure that this is repaired still. Jesus. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick breather just to make sure that everything is still repaired. It's like they come up in groups. That's a feral big boy. Oh no. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. We're almost there. We're almost there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. We're almost there. Ah, my base survived the night.
The fight went perfectly. And when day 71 arrived, I was still there and still killing zombies. The actual Horde wasn't defeated for a couple hours more. But once done, I was finally able to relax, knowing I had actually succeeded.
Oh, my base stood for once. Okay, so I have a 50% success rate with my base actually staying up. It withstood the Horde twice, and it fell apart twice.
There was very little damage to my base, and as far as I could see, no blocks were missing, so I got straight to gathering the spoils of war. And the very first bag held something that I hadn't seen since the early days in the forest biome.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up whatever I have. Wait, what was that? Ooh, a fortitude mod. I haven't gotten one of these in forever. The last time I got something like this, it was an agility mod. Already something new.
After the usual routine of looting and organizing, I had gotten one skill point from the Horde, which I used to finally max out Spearmaster, meaning every power attack I used would be more powerful and is guaranteed to slow the zombies down. I was feeling better prepared, but I knew that I still had one last Horde night before I left the snow, and I still had a lot of stuff to do. I started my day by packing what I could, so I knew what I would be taking with me into the wasteland. I had done this twice before, so I knew what was important and what I could leave behind. After packing up whatever I needed that was already in my base, I went out to my farm to figure out what to do there. While looking through my stuff, I had found a supercorn seed that I had stored a while back, which I decided to go ahead and plant. I also harvested my crops for the last time, making sure to keep a few stacks of the most important seeds to pack up for later. Afterwards, I embarked on the most tedious challenge I had ever given myself yet, crafting 4 stacks of concrete blocks. My next base would be big, complicated, and would require quite a bit of building materials. So I mined up 4 stacks of stone and got down to business. I spent the rest of the day crafting as many concrete blocks as I could, and that night saw me taking apart the few cars that I had missed the first time around. I didn't want to leave any precious gas behind, so I made sure to be as thorough as I could, and once I got back to base early on day 72, every single car on the snow biome was taken apart and in my boxes. I kept crafting concrete throughout the morning and packing more into my take with box that I'd forgotten. This continued for the majority of the day until I looked outside and saw my supercorn was finally grown. I held my breath, hoping to get another seed, and I did. Once back inside, I looked at what I could craft with the corn, which included glue and Grandpa's awesome sauce, which wasn't useful in this challenge, but I could also make Grandpa's learning elixir and Grandpa's moonshine. The elixir would give me an extra 20% XP on top of the 20% I was getting from my nerd goggles, so I crafted up a couple of those. Unfortunately, I didn't have the stuff to craft the moonshine. I hadn't actually used Grandpa's moonshine before, and when I looked at what effect it gave, I was so angry at myself, because the effect increased my melee damage by 400%. Which would have been really useful for a melee base, but I guess you win some and you lose some. Later on, while crafting more concrete, I looked at the map and realized that I had once again forgotten to get an airdrop that had fallen previously. I was tempted to leave it since airdrops were pretty trash lately, but in the completionist spirit, I went to go get it, and I am so glad that I did.
Nice. What do we got? That is perfect. Literally perfect. 100 concrete cubes to add to the amount that I'm actively crafting.
That night was spent in my crafting room making more concrete blocks. It was slow, but it was efficient. Day 73 was filled with more concrete crafting. I was making so much that I actually ended up crafting 2 more concrete mixers to keep up with the production. For hours I crafted, only stopping one time to move my packed stuff into my truck, and then I was back on the grind. The concrete cycle continued all the way throughout day 74, only stopping to mine more stone and top up the furnaces. It was tedious, exhausting, boring work that I knew would pay off in the long run. My final base would be incredible, and I would give it the best chance of succeeding. Crafting continued throughout the night and continued into the morning of one of the most important days in this entire challenge. Day 75 was finally here. The last day I would be in the snow biome. I was still making concrete, but I could see that the end was near. I pushed through, and at around 1400 hours, I finally had 2,000 concrete blocks, crafted and ready for my ultimate base.
I now have 2,000 blocks of concrete. Jesus Christ. Okay.
I was so relieved to have finished, so I organized my inventory for the last Horde fight and rested until nightfall. All the successes, all the failures, all the ups and downs were leading us to this point. No matter what happened tonight, I would be leaving tomorrow, but I was determined to go out with a bang. One more victory was on the horizon, so without further ado, I give you the last snow biome blood moon.
Okay. Let's go. Ah, it's just a bunch of barrels. They're not barrels, it's a bunch of reds. I do have on the right armor, right? Just want to double check. No, I have on the miner gloves. Shit, I need to run down. They should be in here, right? Where are they? Enforcer, no. Preacher, where? Oh my God. I wasn't wearing the right gloves. Okay, hold on. Drop them? Okay. Oh my God, I'm glad I noticed that. I was like, I don't feel like I'm doing a lot of damage. Yeah, it's because I wasn't. Ah, no. It's bit. Cop spit. Oh, no. That's demo. There's too many. I'm not gonna try to pick off a demo whenever there's this many zombies here. That's demo. Nope. Oh my God, if I would have dropped that a second too late, I would be screwed. Oh my God, dude, that gave me a heart attack. Oh. Man, I hope that didn't blow up anything important. I mean, the zombies are still coming up, so the bridge is still intact. Okay, thank you, Lucy. Ouch! Shit, he blew up, did he? Okay. Okay, everything's still looking good. Thank God I upgraded all that to... Nope. Nope. I am risking nothing when it comes to demos. Nope. I will save them for the end. I'll save them for when I won. Come on. It's like we're almost there.
With the end in sight, I knew I'd make mistakes, not having on my preacher gloves, a demo almost destroying my fighting position, and a cop exploding right in front of me. Any of these mistakes could have been the end, but because of a combination of skill, good timing, and blind luck, I was still fighting in my base when the sun finally came up, telling me that my time in the snow had finally come to an end.
Yes! Oh, thank God. And that's it. I'm so glad. I'm not glad that it's over. Like, I had a lot of fun, but I'm so glad I succeeded.
Looting was second nature now, so it only took a little while before I had what I wanted, and I was doing one more check throughout my base, making sure there wasn't anything that I needed that wasn't already boxed up. My inventory, my truck, and Susie Lucy were all packed and ready to go, and so was I. So I took a moment to look around one last time. The snow was my home for the last 25 days, and a beautiful home it was. Large white fields, snow-capped mountains, and the best views in the entire world. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to live in my wonderland forever, leaving the terrifying wasteland out of reach where it belonged. But the time to turn back was long gone. I was on a mission, a quest to conquer every biome and leave my mark in this empty world of mine. And for the first time since this challenge started 75 days ago, I could actually see the finish line. So with all my worldly possessions on my back, and with a last look at the home that had grown along with me during this journey, I embarked on what would be my final adventure.